Behind John.
Come on. Right here. You ready? With family. Here we go. Just introducing a man that needs no introduction, a true patriot and a good guy, Joe Babbitt. He has a few things to say, and I appreciate him coming up to say it.
Thank you. I got in this race because I wanted change. It wasn't enough, in my belief, not enough to just vote conservative. You have to be effective. And I was born in New Jersey, raised in New Jersey, New York. And there where you compete, you never like your competitor. You may be okay, friendly, but they're your enemy, basically. And I got into this race because I really wanted change. And it didn't take me much time to see that me and John wanted the same thing. We were just two sides of the same coin. But along the way, I got to meet John. And the one thing that the minute you meet John, it doesn't take long, and you realize that God is at the center of his life. And when you meet people like that, you want to be around them because you hope that some of that grace will fall onto you. Well, lo and behold, I've been going to these different events, haven't got as much traction as I would like. But what I can tell you now is along the way, I became friends with John. And it's more than just becoming friends with him. John went out of his way to help me. Now, remember I said your competitor's your enemy? Suddenly someone's helping you? My entire world was spinning. John would call me and he would say, hey, there's this event here. You have to be here. Or he'd call me and say, hey, this guy on the radio is doing interviews of us. You need to get your team, call him and get an interview with him. And this was something that, one, I never expected. And along the way, I realized that this is a good man. I mean, these people don't do this, especially when on the other side of the coin. And we're talking the same language, right? I'm about change. John is about change. And so I'm here today, and I don't feel like I'm quitting, but rather I got in this race for change, and I'm here now suspending my campaign, ending my campaign today, and asking my supporters, the people who are going to vote for me, please don't waste your vote. I looked at everything, and unfortunately, I don't have the funds, the strategy, or the organization to beat Mike Herodopoulos. John, I believe, does. And so I'm here today telling people, and I will be doing it till the 20th, please vote for John Herodopoulos. John Hurt. I apologize for that, John.
Little humor is always good.
But it's important. Don't waste your vote. And I never thought I'd say this, but yes, voting for Joe Babbitt. I can't beat Mike. John can. We want change. If you liked anything I said, John's the man. He can deliver change. He's not just going up there voting conservative. He will be a leader. The last thing I'd like to say is, since meeting John, I've met a lot of his supporters along the way. And they've all been great guys and great women. And I'm very thankful because they've all been very nice to me too. And, you know, they say that you know a man by the people that are around him. Well, John has loyal fans and great people. And I'll leave it at that. There's others that you can say, and others will make those cases. But John is a great man. He's a man who's in it for us. When you ask who is he supporting, he is for the voters of District 8. He will take care of you. That's his primary focus. As a lawyer, I know you can't have conflicts, right? John only has one person he's concerned about, and that's you. And please support him. I'm going to be doing everything. And if you want to call me, I got a call today. Someone asking me, why should I vote for you? So I go through a little bit by myself, and then I say, hey, but you can't do that. I said, at 6 o'clock today, fortunately 7 because I had a flat, but I said I will be suspending my campaign and supporting John Hurton for Congress.
All right.
Let me tell you about it. And he said I convinced him. So you have at least another vote there. But I'm going to be doing that till the 20th. And I got in this race for change. John is going to deliver change. That I'm certain. And like I said, I made a friend. So
Indeed.
that is something that makes this all worth it.
Well, I think it's only fitting.
And then when you are in Congress, pick up the phone, because I made a big deal that I'm a lawyer and I can deliver. I can help you in any way. He can deliver too. And just look at what he's done. A great company he developed. He employed hundreds of people. So thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
You're an honorable man, Joe Babbitt. You really are an honorable man.
Thank you.
I actually wrote a little bit because I kind of knew this was coming to me at all. I'm humbled, quite frankly, to have the endorsement by not just one patriot, but another patriot who was also here but couldn't stick around, Brian Jones. And these folks were in it for the same reasons. They wanted to go ahead and make change in the corruption that we keep facing and try and bring this country back to we the people. It was Abraham Lincoln that said, "The country of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish." We need to remember those things and the things from our founding fathers as we move forward in trying to make that a reality. There are plenty of things to focus on in this race that are negative, have never helped the people in Florida. But today is a day for looking forward, being hopeful. I've spent a great deal of time in Washington, D.C., and I know how it works. I was born there, like Bill Posey was. I've worked with legislators to protect our critical communications infrastructure and stop the Chinese Communist Party from obtaining and acquiring some of that infrastructure. I've brought huge agencies together that were stovepipe silos that never worked together in the past, and was able to make them collaborate on certain things that made our borders safer, brought criminals to justice, and made things happen for we the people. I facilitated agreements between universities, USGS, Department of Defense, Pacific Missile Range Facility, and others that brought a community in Hawaii together, all the Hawaiian Islands together, saving the taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars in just their ability to collaborate instead of having these stovepipes. So these are important things that I think that we bring to the table. As an economist, as somebody who is a technologist, I bring those things that most of our other Congress people don't have. I won't be asking what Zuckerberg does for Google, for example. And we're going to be able to bring, as we change and go into this next generation of AI, quantum computing, and so forth, we'll be able to proceed smartly with it and not do things that are going to, at the end run, become a problem to us on a larger scale. I call Florida my home. Florida has been my home now for many years. And my wife and I, I kept getting pulled up to D.C. many times, kicking and screaming. And this is what we call home. It is our place, not just of residence, it's our home. And a place where we do have the freedoms to gather without masks, where we stand tall and pledge allegiance to an American-made flag. We need to bring core values of love of God, love of family, love of country, back to the everyday decisions that are made in Washington, D.C. We need to make government put we the people of the United States first and not just second to some big donor or PAC or other interest. Lobbyists, special interests, foreign money has no place in government. And I will make it my mission to root it out in every decision I make in Washington, D.C. and for the people. I can't be bought. I will not sell out our country, our people, born or unborn, to our Constitution. I thank Joe and Brian for their support. I'm so grateful for the support of each and every one of our amazing volunteers, and I humbly ask for your vote. For your support for me, please vote for John Hearden, U.S. Congress, Florida District 8.